Where in blue hell is Paul Wayne?
Look, I don't know what to tell you, Bruce. His phone's been going straight to voicemail for 2 hours.
All right, well, Britton, you may need to fill in for him today.
Me? I don't know anything.
Yeah, he's right, Bruce. That kid's got a hollow noggin over there. All he's thinking about is anime and video games and his English teacher, Miss Carmichael, I guess.
Man, we're all thinking about Miss Carmichael. Well, we got to go live in 2 minutes. The show has to go on.
There's a call coming in. We could just do opines.
Nobody in town has enough opinions to fill this show for 2 hours.
Well, pick it up. It could be Paul Wayne.
Hello?
Hey, Turd, put Dwayne on.
It's him.
Here.
Give that to me. Paul Wayne, where the hell are you?
Oh, crap, Bruce, I'm sorry. It seems I got cut up at my grandma's house, and my car isn't starting. I can do the show here, though. I swear.
Damn it, Paul Wayne. I thought we were over this crap last year. Bretley, where is that call coming in from?
Paultom City Judicial?
Paul Wayne, you're in jail?
Damn it, you little sack of...
I'm going to call Sheriff Dinkin.
That's a good idea.
Here, take the phone, keep him on the line, and do the show for as long as you can before his time runs out.
All right, Bruce. Paul Wayne, what the hell'd you do now?
Dwayne, you gotta listen to me. It was an honest mistake. I was walking back home after Wednesday lunch at the capitalistic, materialistic boutique and buffet, and I ran into Kathy being escorted around with the one and only Tag Winkler, which just really ruffled my feathers. And one thing led to another.
Guys, we're running out of time.
Damn it, Paul Wayne. All right, I'll call you after the show. Just stay on the line.
Don't worry. Sheriff Dinkin has got me taken care of.
Okay. Well, I guess once you get out of the dink tank, get your butt down here quick, all right? Fast. All right, let's go, kid. No more time to waste. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hello, David Harleyson of the Paultom Parks and Recreation Department again. When we initially set out to rid our fine and fair city of the blight that is the newly developed bat population, we may have underestimated the extent of the invasion. Mistakes were made and people were lost. Good people. We can't dwell, though, folks. From our mistakes, we believe that we have come up with a foolproof plan to defeat our winged enemies. I will not go into detail as they may well be listening to this. It's always darkest before the dawn, but your Paultom Parks Recreation Department will not abandon you. Also, we are immediately hiring for multiple positions in the Paultom Animal Control Service. Go Pines!
Thanks for tuning in to The First Down with Dwayne and Paul Wayne on QWIL, The QWIL.
Good afternoon, Paultom City. It is your favorite host, bringing you the one and only show dedicated to Paultom City Porcupine football. Never duplicated and often imitated, as the Hooters would tell you. It is The First Down on QWIL, The QWIL. I am your host, Mr. Dwayne Applebottom, and joining me in studio soon will be my partner in crime, the Hutch to my Starsky, the Hooch to my Turner, Mr. Paul Wayne Teague. Now, he is currently on assignment, but is making his way back to the studio as we speak. So, in the meantime, I've got our fearless leader, Barrett, with me to keep us company here in Paul Wayne's absence. Que pasa, Barrett?
Yo soy Brett, and hola to mi amigos throughout Pine Nation.
Oh, mucho gusto, Bart. Right. Viva la Nación de Pino, as my friends on QWIL Deportes say. We've got a good show for you today, folks, albeit a little bit of a different one, as our beloved Porcupines had themselves a bye week last week, so no game to recap, but plenty of action in District 17 4A, so we will touch on that here shortly. It's also homecoming week, and Paultom City Consolidated Student Council has released their homecoming court nominees, and boy, here's some interesting picks this year. So we'll be taking a look at the nominees, and we'll be giving our thoughts on who we think will wear the crowns this year. Bert, you got yourself a homecoming date?
It's Brett, and no.
Woo, you better get on that, boy. Time is a-ticking. Although, if you don't, that's not the worst thing in the world, because you will be saving a good chunk of change if you don't have to buy a mum. But hey, speaking of mums, folks, I am reminded of our sponsor for this week's show, Mumsford & Sons Discount Mums. Want to show your special someone you're thinking about them for homecoming, but don't want to break the bank? Mumsford & Sons have you covered. You see, Danny Mumsford and his sons run the only mum salvaging business in the state. That means that they're out there for 11 months out of the year combing through the local dumps, trash cans, and estate sales to find the best quality mums that folks don't want anymore. They bring them in, clean them up, and they give you a dynamite selection of homecoming mums, garters, tiaras, and sashes. The best part about it, your date will hardly even notice it's used. Why spend an arm and a leg for something you're going to wear for 8 hours? It ain't a wedding dress, folks. So buy a salvage homecoming mom today and put that extra cash back in your pocket for the after party. Mumsford & Sons. Mum's our word.
Did I miss anything?
Well. Speaking of gently used flowers, my good pal Paul Wayne has seen fit to float on in on the breeze here. Here we go. Welcome, compadre.
Dang happy to be here, folks. I apologize for the tardiness. I had a little car trouble.
Oh, is that so? What was wrong with the old beast today? The starter going out, or you need a new battery? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess you could say vehicular battery was involved. Or is it called vehicular assault?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll shelve that for now, partner. We got a lot to cover today. First of which is the happenings in district while your porcupines run by.
Yeah, lots of big games last Friday. We took a little road trip across the county line to Stuber to watch Baker take on Dieter. And let me just say, the Stuber Bakers are stout, folks.
Stout indeed. Now, the Bakers only won by a baker's dozen, but they didn't let the River Elks score once the whole night and came away with a shutout. Now, we are playing Stuber this Friday, and if they play anything like what we saw last week, I mean, it ain't going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, we'll see whose dough rises to the top when they come to the den.
Look, I'm just glad we're not playing at their place this year. You know, the Panaderia is one of the toughest atmospheres to play in on account of all the brick ovens they have on the field. Thank God the UIL made them take the smokestacks out of the visitor section.
Yeah, those ovens made for some tasty pretzels, but those bakers from Stuber ain't no easy bake oven. All I know is that hashtag Johnson will have some tough sledding ahead of him, and their D-line held Dieter to just 40 yards rushing all game.
Yeah, and speaking of tough D-lines, the boys over in Muntsville held Lugerville to 3 points last week. You know, you can't forget those big naturals over there in Muntsville.
No, sir. I never forget some big naturals. But wrapping up the district matchups of the week, Cougarville managed a come-from-behind victory over Tate 24-21.
Yeah, and we'll be taking on Tate at the week after homecoming. I'm feeling pretty good about that matchup, personally. The old T-Bones of Tate are still looking for their first W this year, and I don't think they're going to get that from us.
Highly doubtful, Dwayne. Those T-Bones are top round at best.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, well, that about does it for our district roundup. Why don't we take a break, and whenever we come back, we'll take a look at our homecoming court nominees this year. So y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of getting pushed around like a shopping cart at the grocery store? Well, enough is enough. Hi, friend. My name is Bruce Norris, and I'm one of the senseis here at Self-Defense Karate. We help train the mind and the body to defend yourself in any situation. So if you want to learn how to punch pumpkins or karate chop some wooden boards, go to the other guys. But if you want to defend yourself against bullies, protect yourself from wild animals, or just the confidence to stand up to your drunk father, Self-Defense Karate is the only place for you.
Located at the food court in the Paultom City Mall.
You're listening to The First Down with Dwayne and Paul Wayne on QWIL, The Quill.
Welcome back, folks. It is now time for the homecoming court breakdown brought to you by Mumsford & Sons. The Student Council at Paultom Consolidated dropped their nominations earlier this week, and Paul Wayne, it is a pretty tough field this year.
Yeah, looking over the names, I can't help but be reminded of my senior year when I was nominated for the court. You know, just a great mix of nerds, jocks, brown-nosers, and pity nominees. You might as well call this group the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly the kind of mix you want to see out there. Now, we did get word that Rod Gonzalez was disqualified from being nominated this year due to his pelvic actions earlier in the season. So, unfortunately, Paultom's finest will not be in the mix this year. It's really just a damn shame.
Yeah, just another stain on the Dirty Dutch Sanders administration. Normally, I'd love to go in on old Dirty Dutch, but I just don't have it in me today.
Yeah, well, why don't we start with the actual nominees there for King, okay? Paul Wayne, kick it off.
Yeah, first up, we got class president Randy Dandio Dandifer. The kid wears more hair product than Reverend Ty Renchel, and that's saying something.
Yeah, his dad is State Representative Bobby Dandifer, and man, that kid is pure sleaze. You know, he's exactly what you would expect from a politician's kid. I mean, every game he's out there shaking hands, kissing babies. He's got that $1 million smile the whole time. Hell, looks like the kid was born with veneers. But normally, I'd be inclined to vote for someone like that. But I get the feeling that he's either got a future paternity scandal ahead of him, or Either that or maybe Texas version of Chappaquiddick. I don't know. Either way, I don't see him pulling it off this year.
Agreed. Kid fits the mold for class president, but no amount of time on the campaign trail will get him to homecoming king this year. Next on the list is our tight end, the Renaissance man himself, Payton Paydirt Hurst.
Paydirt!
Now, Dwayne, I like this kid's chances this year. He's representing the football team, the band, the theater department, and he's just a sophomore. He's going up against all the seniors, so he's got the underdog storyline carrying him this year, and I think that's going to get him the crown.
Yeah, and if he were to pull it off this year, he'd be the first sophomore to win the crown since Edgar Allan Poe back in '88. Can you believe that?
Oh, Edgar Allan Poe. Not only the first sophomore to win homecoming king in Paultom's history, but also the only Goth kid to win. But that was a one-and-done deal for the Goths. Quote the student body, nevermore.
That's right. Yeah, now looking on down the list, our next nominee is Sheriff Dinkin's sixth kid, Six Dinkin.
Sheriff Dinkin, if you're listening, I suggest you turn on your police radio because I don't think you're going to like what I have to say. This kid ain't winning.
No, he ain't. He ain't. Kid's an Eagle Scout. He's the captain of the police cadet program, and he's just a dyed-in-the-wool narc. Way too uptight for homecoming. Hell, he'll probably be trying to bust some kegger after the game, I mean, I even feel uncomfortable drinking around the kid, and I'm legal,
Yeah, he's a straight-laced kid, but you ain't winning homecoming by tattling on kids who cut class and party, or by helping arrest innocent radio hosts who may or may not have rammed their pickup into their ex-wife's Buick Regal.
Jeez, was that the car trouble you had earlier?
Look, all I know is everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and this kid ain't getting the crown. Next.
Okay, partner. God dang. Next up is Brett Slatter. Brett Slatter? Who the hell is that?
Never heard of him.
Me either.
Did you mean Brett Slater?
Kid's probably just a seat filler. Guess the competition for king is sparse this year.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, weird. All right, last on the list is Hawkins Stevens.
Now, this kid could be a sleeper. He's captain of the chess and debate teams. He's current favorite for valedictorian, and apparently he's already secured a full ride to Cornell this year. Now, that ain't no Harvard or Yale, but, it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, normally I'd scoff at Paultom Consolidated student body for putting their weight behind academics, but I've heard he's well-liked, so you never know. I mean, crazier things have certainly happened.
True. Like that one time there was a tie for king, and they made the two finalists run wind sprints as a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I remember old Pete Taterson on the PA saying, "First one to puke loses," just like it was yesterday. Love that. I love that kind of competition, too, because it makes you see who really wants the crown,
That's right. And who wanted it more that year? None other than old Bose Drinkwater, father to starting corner Stapp Drinkwater and manager of the Paultom Municipal Water Treatment Plant.
Now, I'm all for giving old Bose some free press here, all right? But we do need to get on with the rest of the nominees, Paul Wayne.
Yes, our nominees for Queen. Starting off the list, we have our representative from the cheerleading squad, Miss Ashley. Now, apparently she's got a big following on TikTok for dancing with her dog to Shania Twain's Any Man of Mine. But I don't know enough about TikTok to know if that means anything or not.
Yeah, I haven't migrated to TikTok myself either. I personally like my data harvested by a good American company, like Facebook, right?
Yeah, these colors don't run.
Amen, brother. Amen. But yeah, anyway, Ashley's influencer status might impact the vote, but, we're not really sure. TBD.
Yeah, next is Bristol Taterson, student council president, granddaughter of friend of the show, Pete Taterson.
Yeah, and I love that Pete's got some skin in the game this year. You know that he's proud. But honestly, Paul Wayne, for me, this pick is kind of a yawn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like the Tatersons always have someone in the running for king or queen.
Yeah, Bristol is the latest in a long line of Tatersons to grace the field during homecoming, so we'll see if her legacy status can steal the crown. But it'll be tough going up against our next nominee, Esmeralda Garcia-Zielinski.
Ooh, yeah, old dump truck's older sister herself. She's all state in both the discus and shot put. She's the captain of the powerlifting team. And rumor has it that she taught old Jesus everything he knows about hitting people. I mean, this girl is raw power. She's sturdy as hell, and she brings an intimidation factor to the table that cannot be ignored. I like her chances, Paul Wayne.
Yeah, I saw her win the Rocky Mountain oyster eating competition at Porcupine Days last year. She took down about 40 in a minute and barely broke a sweat. It shook me to my core. Her intensity just scares the bejesus out of me. But it might be enough for her to win, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And following her, we have Dakota Qdoba, who is supposed to be quite the social butterfly.
Yeah, she's been arm candy for Rod Gonzalez, both McMurray brothers, Creeder Sackrider, Balmain, and the list keeps going. Needless to say, she's got the football team's votes and probably a few others from the looks of it.
Yeah, not sure if she's going to get homecoming queen this year, but she'll be someone's ex-wife in 10 years, guaranteed.
Yeah, and lastly, we've got Tasha Williams. And I'll be honest, Dwayne, I thought this was an interesting pick because I'm pretty sure this girl's been out sick for most of high school.
Yeah, I can remember a few GoFundMes over the years for her. It seems like the first one was, I think it was like a case of whooping cough or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and then it seems like right after that she got the consumption.
Right. And then it was mumps. And then after that it was polio. And then she got that peanut allergy, right? And I think after that they had to make the campus a latex-free facility too.
Right. Yeah, this girl's been through hell and back, so I think it just made sense to nominate her.
Mm-hmm.
Might be hard to put a crown on her through that bubble she's wearing, but I like her odds.
Yeah, I like her odds too. The doctors only gave her a 20% chance of making it through high school, but I'm giving her better odds than that this year, I'll tell you that much.
Dwayne, all I can say is this year's field is about as stacked as it comes. I just hope whoever the winners are go on to do great things and not end up divorced and working at Catfish O'Holy's like 90% of the other kids who won the past 10 years.
Yeah, I got a good feeling this year, Paul Wayne. Maybe this is the year where we have someone make it out to JUCO and then go on to manage a CC's or something.
Yeah, one can dream.
Yes, they can. All right, well, that will do it for the homecoming court breakdown. Next up, we have our Educator Spotlight, where we'll be taking a look at the upcoming fall musical with our theater director and tight end coach, Chad Nabbitt. So stick with us, folks. We will be right back.
Hey everybody, Bernard here from, you guessed it, Bernard's Tires and Lube. The only place with a buy two get one free package, or pick 4 from the tire pile for only $99.99. We've got hubcaps, rims, wheels, and deals. Or come get your oil changed, always discounted on Porcupine Wednesdays before 4. And after, you can hop over and get your car cleaned at my brother Hugh's Car Wash. Take it away, Hugh. Hey everybody, Hugh here from, you guessed it, Hugh's Car Wash. Get your wheels waxed and gain access to the best cleaning equipment we could afford. We've got hood ornaments, wiper blades, and smell goods for your rear view. Always discounted on Porcupine Wednesdays before 4. Leave that dust behind at Hugh's Car Wash and Bernard's Tires and Lube.
And now it's time for the Paultom Consolidated Educator Spotlight with Dwayne and Paul Wayne.
Welcome back, one and all, to the First Down with Dwayne and Paul Wayne. Now, today's Educator Spotlight is brought to you by the fine folks at Farnkleman's Fragrances. Farnkleman's has been slinging out the smell good to Paultom City for the last 40 years, and their colognes, perfumes, candles, and diffusers are guaranteed to knock your socks clean off. They have fragrances for men, women, dogs, cats, and cows, so there's no excuse to have your entire ranch smelling like $1 million. Now, this month, they actually have a new fragrance out that's a sleep spray for the ladies. It's called Reba Man, I'm Tired. Spray it on your pillows before you fall asleep, and you'll be waking up feeling fancy, just like Reba herself. So if you're feeling a little rank, get your stinky butt out the door and head to Farnkleman's. Farnkleman's for that signature country smell.
Yeah, this week's educator and our educator spotlight is a man who is near and dear to our hearts, Mr. Chad Nabbitt. He's led Paultom City Consolidated Theater Department through 15 seasons as its director, winning 1 district championship in the one-act play competition. He also doubles as our tight end coach and does a damn fine job there, too. Chad, welcome to the show.
Damn happy to be here, fellas.
Now, Chad, you're a rare breed, and I don't think there are too many football coaches out there that can teach tight ends to block and then turn around and run through stage blocking with the chorus of a musical, right? So I just got to know, how do you do it?
Well, when you've been doing this as long as I have, which is going on 16 years now, you realize that theater and football really aren't that different at all. You have to have full buy-in from everyone. You have to treat each practice like it's the real deal, and footwork is everything, and I mean everything. Doesn't matter if you're running a mouse route on the goal line or doing a pas de bourrée to step ball change. If those feet aren't set, you won't be getting very far.
I love that, Coach. Football truly has no borders. It can be applied to anything.
You've got that right, Paul Wayne. I try to approach every fall musical season with the exact same intensity as I do football season.
Now, I love that. That's amazing, number one. But the second thing that I got to know here, Chad, is I know our theater kids aren't usually in the best shape compared to our boys out there on the football field. Isn't that right, Paul Wayne?
Yeah.
Right. So knowing that, I got to know, how does that affect your approach whenever you're directing?
Oh, well, we run an up-tempo theater department, always have, so our kids are well-conditioned. I make them run bleachers in the mezzanine. I have them do up-downs during vocal warm-ups, and if we have people missing cues, it's gassers back and forth on the stage. I run a tight ship. Oh, and I always love to start a rehearsal with the Oklahoma drill.
Jesus, Chad, I hope you're giving these kids pads at least.
No, not that kind of drill. This Oklahoma drill is where the kids get in a circle and one kid stands in the middle, and then I call out a name, and the other kid has to get in the middle and do a duet from the musical Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. You had us a little worried there. You were turning into the Barry Switzer of the theater there, Coach.
Oh, believe me, I tried the regular Oklahoma drill to toughen up the cast the year we did Newsies, but so many kids got hurt that we had to make it a one-man show called Newsy, so we took it out of the conditioning program.
Now, speaking of musicals, you've written and put on some of the best shows to date here in Paultom.
Now, he ain't lying there. Chad. Last year's rendition of the garbage-picking, field-goal-kicking Philadelphia phenomenon, the musical, was just it was a tour de force. And I really can't believe you actually got Tony Danza to come here and reprise his role.
Yeah, we really lucked out getting Tony. Thankfully, his career is at a point where he's pretty much available for anything at the drop of a hat. He actually approached us about doing the role, believe it or not. Naturally, I had to have him audition. You have to earn roles on my stage, and sure enough, he did end up beating the other contender for the role, but just barely.
Now, Chad, there's 3 songs from your musicals that I hum constantly when I'm in the shower. The Annexation of Puerto Rico from Little Giants, the musical.
Yeah, now I've heard his vibrato on that one. He can really get up there.
The Plane Crash reprise from We Are Marshall, the musical.
Man, and that's a sad one, too. But he really built that one out.
And Hold On to the Damn Ball, Donnie, from Friday Night Lights, the musical.
You know, I wonder if Tim McGraw will ever come to his senses and come down here to see a rendition of that. You know? He's really missing out on a gold mine, in my opinion.
Yeah, that goes for you too, Miss Faith Hill.
Well, Paul Wayne, I'm truly honored that those songs mean so much to you. We put a lot of work into bringing those songs and characters to life, so it touches me to hear that you enjoyed them so much. I think you're really going to enjoy this year's musical, too.
Oh, man, is it Remember the Titans, the musical?
Ooh, or Draft Day, the musical?
Well, both strong contenders, but we're actually going with a show that's near and dear to my heart. Rudy the Musical.
Oh, wow, what a pick.
And here I was thinking you might go with a more modern piece like Blindside the musical, but a classic like Rudy is way more appropriate in this day and age. Excellent pick, Chad. Now, the big question on everyone's mind, though, is who's going to play Rudy?
Well, I'm proud to announce that none other than Peyton Hurst will be taking the lead role of Rudy.
Pay dirt! That kid is a damn Swiss Army knife, man. I mean, he can do it all.
Yeah, I know he's entertaining scholarship offers for football, but after this year's performance, I'll be shocked if Juilliard doesn't come and knocking too. You know, the kid's just got an outstanding stage presence.
Well, fun fact, he didn't even audition for the role. He actually gave the St. Crispin's Day speech from Henry V in the locker room during halftime during the Munnsville game. When I saw that, I thought to myself, there's our star. The rest, as they say, is history.
Well, Chad, we can't wait to see him in action. So we got to know, when is opening night?
Well, tickets will go on sale in a couple of weeks, and then we'll open up next month. Anyone interested in buying a ticket can purchase them at the box office in the Rip-Torn Memorial Auditorium. If you bring a football ticket stub, you'll get 25% off.
Now, you better get on that quick, folks, because these shows sell out quickly.
Yeah, I know I'll be front and center.
Yeah, same. All right, well, Chad, thank you so much for stopping by. You know that we love talking ball with you, but I think secretly Paul Wayne likes talking theater a little bit more.
Don't cry for me, Paultom Tina. Wow, we need to have you audition next year, Paul Wayne. I have a role in Varsity Blues, the musical, that you'd be perfect for.
So long as it doesn't involve putting whipped cream on my unmentionables, I'm in.
All right, I'm going to cut that one off right there. That'll do it for the Educator Spotlight this week, folks. Now, y'all go out and show your support for our theater program, the Paultom Players, and give old Pay Dirt some love, too. Lord knows that he deserves it.
Yeah, well, folks, it is homecoming week, so we want to remind you that the parade will be tomorrow at 7:30. So be sure to get there early so you get a good vantage point of all the floats and festivities.
Yeah, Paul Wayne and I will be the honorary grand marshals of the parade this year, so y'all be sure to wave to us when we ride on the back of that Catfish O'Holy's Isuzu Amigo.
Yeah, we can't wait to see y'all out there.
That's right. Well, all right, well, I am Dwayne.
I'm Paul Wayne.
Go Pines.
The official broadcast partner of Paultom City Consolidated Athletics, QWIL, the QWIL.